Okay, we are currently getting ready to go on our first actual bike trip. Not like we bike around the neighborhood, but like we have a destination, and then once we get out, then it's like 2.5 miles. I know. 2.5 miles to our stopping spot, and then 2.5 miles back. And there's a creek at the end of our trip, so we're super excited, and we'll see how it goes for our first bike trip. William, you doing okay? What a pretty day. I think we're supposed to go straight. Let's look at the map. Alright, you guys. This is the 417. This is the road we drive on all the time. It's right above us. Hear those cars? Check this out. Wicklow Way. Something about Ireland.
Trails around the world.
At this little fork, we're supposed to stay left. Look, we're going by the creek. Do you see we're riding by a creek? I wonder if that's the creek we're gonna get in. It's been a really shady and pretty... Lizzie said it was cold. Uh-oh. We had a wipeout in front of us. Wipeout! This is where we were headed. Pretty little trestle bridge. And another trail rider said that we could go down to the water, and apparently she and her dog had just been there because the dog was soaking wet. Let's see. Whoa! Alright, go see if that's where the creek is. Oh, whoa!
There's a place to park the bikes on the other side of the bridge.
Okay. So, we could get down to the creek from there, right guys?
Yes. What?
We could get down to the creek down that way?
Maybe I could bring my bike over, then run this back this way.
I don't know.
I like the steepness.
You like the steepness?
Inside the creek. You gonna walk your bike through the creek?
Oh.
Okay, let's ride our bikes to the other side and park over on that side where Daddy found a spot. Caution, alligator territory. No swimming. Bummer, but we can go enjoy it. Alright, ready for snacks? Oh, and I have from last night's pizza. And we have pickles. I think I want all of the pickles first. Yeah. Oh, step in. No. I don't know, I'm done. Stay hydrated.
Means I'm not sweating because it's not hot.
It's
nice.
Lovely.
I didn't.
I saw a squirrel and a man racing. The squirrel was on the bridge and the man was riding across the bridge too. Finally, the squirrel gave up and jumped into a tree.
I did not do that.
You guys were ahead of me. So how's your new bike?
Good.
Yeah? It's riding smooth for you? Smoother than the first one we got. Where'd you go, William? Hello? Hello? Tell Daddy what we saw.
So we saw there was a dad and a daughter, and they went to a smaller pathway, which we did not actually see.
I know we didn't see it when we were first there. But we didn't take the path because we weren't sure.
And until they came back, at least. And
They came back alive and safe, don't worry.
And the girl told us that we asked what was there, and they said lots of nature and spiders. Except I didn't see any spiders.
I think I had one crawl across me at one point.
Yeah.
So there was another path.
Yep. And it led to what?
Log
That did what?
that led to the another side of the creek.
Yep, there was a log that went all the way across. What were you going to say?
And they said you can only go across it if you can balance good and if you're brave enough. And the girl said, well, I'm brave enough, but my dad won't let me.
What was the thing we saw at the first path that we
Swing.
took?
Swing area.
Yeah.
What kind of swing?
A rope swing, I think it's swing.
So I said, clearly someone swims in this water.
Somebody is not afraid of
Maybe
alligators.
it's just on the other side that had the alligator.
I don't think that's the way alligators and nature work. All right, y'all ready to go? So our bike trip was a success. Everybody had a really good time. We got to try out the new bikes, and I think everything went just like we wanted it to go.
So one of the things that I wanted to talk about from the bike ride was the fact that we like spending time with our kids doing things actively instead of one of the things that a friend told me about where he said we're active with our kids. We send them to martial arts. We send them to music. We send them, to these events where other people are basically working with the kids. And so they go and they sit and they watch. And that's, I guess, the extent of their activity with the kids. And so I think that's pretty common that we want to, provide our kids with great activities, but we don't necessarily know how to do some of the things that we encourage them to do. And, it may not be comfortable or normal in the process of the event for the parents to be doing it unless they're, in charge of it.
Right.
And so not everybody can be in charge of, scouts. Not everybody can be in charge of baseball or football or basketball. And, dance, I would not be in charge of dance.
I don't know. I bet you make a pretty ballerina.
Yeah, so we send our kids off to do these things, but we don't necessarily have the skills or the experience to do them ourselves, but we feel like we're providing for our kids to send them off to do those activities. I think it's important for us to do things like the bike ride was, where we're out doing things with our kids instead of sending them places for other things to do, for other people to do things with them. So I thought it was good for that.
Yep. Yeah, and so we just wanted to say, parents can set up activities where they do things with their kids instead of watching their kids do things. And there's a place, I think, for that in our lives, but not everything. I think we need these, we go and do it together as a family. And those are really important too.
Yeah.
If you have any Central Florida bike trails that you really like. We are looking 2.5 miles was our first one, so I think we could probably do that again easily, up to probably 3 or 4 miles now that we know what to do. So if you have any suggestions, we would love to hear them. All right, bye guys.
What a pretty day.